In the golden land of Zalura, where the rivers sang and the air carried whispers of ancient songs, there lived a young black woman named Amara. Her village, though rooted in tradition with walls made of earth and brick, glowed with light from floating lanterns powered by the wisdom of the ancestors. Women wore garments dyed in indigo and gold, with patterns passed down through generations, while men moved with strength and purpose beneath robes woven with honor. Zalura was a place where the past and the future danced in harmony, but even in this place of beauty, pain could still find a way in. Amara's heart had grown heavy. Her mother, once the voice of joy in their home, had fallen ill, and no herb, no prayer, no healer seemed to reach her. Day after day, Amara returned from the knowledge towers, where she trained in the art of healing and science, only to find her mother weaker, her laughter dimmer. So Amara did the only thing she could do. She prayed. Every night, beneath the moon that watched over Zalura, she knelt in the dust, palms raised, eyes closed. Her lips whispered the old words, words her grandmother had once spoken in times of famine and fear. She cried out, not only in faith but in pain. The wind would carry her weeping across the rooftops, through the trees, and into the chambers of the Most High. God of my ancestors, if you hear me, answer me. But the silence remained. Time passed, and her mother's body faded like the sun at dusk. On the seventh evening of the third moon, her mother breathed her last, wrapped in linen and love. Amara wept until her voice was gone. In her grief, she lay in the dust, her prayers now silent screams in her soul. But it was there, in the ashes of her hope, that something new began. A whisper, not from outside, but from within. Daughter, rise. Amara opened her eyes. The sky was breaking with light. A soft wind brushed her face like her mother's touch once had. Something stirred in her spirit, a strength not her own, a peace that wrapped itself around her like the shawl her mother had woven. She stood slowly at first, her body heavy, her heart still wounded, but her eyes held a new fire. Her grief had not disappeared, but it had transformed. It became fuel. She remembered the words from Isaiah, carved into the elder stones of the temple. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. Amara rose, not because the pain had ended, but because she chose to believe that it had purpose. Her tears watered the ground, and from that ground she built. She poured her knowledge into healing centers that reached even the outer lands. She became known not for her sorrow, but for her strength. Women came from every region to learn from her, not only science, but the unshakable faith that had carried her through the fire. Zalura would remember her not as the daughter who mourned, but the daughter who rose. And when they asked her how she did it, she would smile, her eyes soft and strong. I prayed, I wept, then I rose, because my God does not leave me in the dust. If this story touched your heart, share it with a sister who needs to rise again, and subscribe for more faith-filled stories to remind you of the power you carry within.